Alrighty, well, the concrete's all done. We got this project done yesterday. So while the concrete was still wet, we all put our handprints. Got the dog's footprints as well. So we got me, Melissa, Aiden, Tempe, and then we got Max, Loki, and Gemma. So oldest to youngest, and then for the dogs, oldest to youngest. And so we pressed our hands into the concrete when it was still wet. And you really couldn't see it very well because the concrete was all one color. So then me and Tempe came out yesterday and we colored it in with some paint. And then I put my clear coat on the concrete to get the sealer, I guess is what you call it. And so we painted it before we put the sealer on. So maybe the paint will stay. I don't know. I don't know if it'll come out or not, but I don't know. You probably can't tell, but concrete's got a little bit of a shine to it now when the light's just in the right spot. All these dang leaves and stuff. Loki! Sit! Do you shake? No? We don't remember how to shake? No? Can you lay down? Lay down. Lay down. No? Okay. My dogs are stupid. Especially him. He's super sweet, but he is definitely not a very intelligent dog. Yes, don't you grunt at me. I'm talking about you. Gemma! What's funny, though, is... Y'all get out of the way. Move, Loki. So Gemma and Loki both fought us on doing their footprints. Max, we did his... I screwed up the paint on his. Kind of got a big blob there. But his actually has the best print in it. Theirs is actually smeared, and then I did a better job on the paint. It made it look better. But yeah, so we got all this concrete done. Got the sealer put on it. You can see how much of a height difference there is back here versus up there. So we're at about, that's probably 10 to 12 inches back here thick, and it's 6 inches up here. It's just how much of a slope the ground has right here. Eventually I got to come in and level this, and I haven't decided what I'm doing, if I'm doing gravel. But definitely I'm not pouring another concrete slab, but I'll either do gravel or just stepping stones, because this is supposed to be on a solid surface. The city will complain that it's on dirt, which it keeps, the dogs get underneath it and dig holes so it sinks into the ground, so that's problematic. So I haven't decided, stepping stones or just fill it with gravel. Stepping stones would make it a lot easier to get back here. So this will be jacked up, and the trailer will actually be backed in underneath it. So we will be storing the trailer underneath this. Right now the trailer's up front. It's still being used, and this is not prepped. It's almost impossible to get the trailer back here right now. Just because of the alley, actually. Because, let's see if you can tell, there's actually a pretty big rut. See, the grass gets really tall right there in the middle, and you get big ruts on either side. So when you jackknife the trailer to pull it in here, the truck will slip on the grass. You'll just sit there and spin the tires because it's not four-wheel drive, and this grass, basically the truck just sits there and shreds up this grass because it can't turn and push the trailer up the hill when it's jackknifed, and you have to jackknife it to get it in here. So I'm going to end up having to come in and put gravel out here, at least in the ruts, to level it off, to kind of smooth it out so that I can get the trailer in here. I've also got a winch for the trailer, so I'm going to put a post up here, and I'll be able to hook the winch, so I can disconnect the trailer and hook the winch on the trailer up to the post and use the winch to actually back it in and pull it in. So in theory, what we'll do is we'll jack this up, and then we'll run the cable for the winch underneath it, hook it to the post that will be somewhere over here, and then winch it in underneath that. That's the theory of how that's going to work. You know how theories go. Plans or whatever. But we got that done. I just finished moving the last of the concrete out of the trailer. We have, 35 bags left, and I was debating on returning them because they were still on a pallet in the back of the trailer. So that would have been the easiest thing to do, would be just drive back up to Lowe's and be like, hey, I need to return these. They take the forklift, take it off the trailer. I didn't have to unload it. That would have been the easiest thing to do. But I was talking to Melissa, and I was like, do we return it, or do we use it to fix this mess? Because I can't grow grass here because the dogs are constantly running back and forth and just destroy the grass. You know, that's about as much grass as we can grow here. And anytime someone's running in and out from the pool, nobody ever seems to step on the stepping stones. They still get mud all over their feet and walk into the house with mud. So we're going to do stepping stones. Basically, it's going to look kind of like cobblestone. And we're going to do that all the way to the pool. And then I decided I'm also going to do out here over to the smoker. That whole area will be cobblestoned. And then over basically where that bucket is there. So we'll have a thing that comes out like this, kind of a curve like that. And it will kind of Y out. So it'll curve that way and like that. And I have a feeling that's going to take most of this concrete here. The ones over here, I'm going to kind of space them out a little bit more. That way grass can grow in between the stepping stones. They'll be a lot closer together than this, like this is here. But this will be pretty close together, and there probably won't be any grass growing in between it. But that will kind of look more like actual stones, maybe, 3 inches or so in between each stone. And then I've got to bring in more dirt for this over here, though, before I can do that. Because I brought in a whole lot of dirt for over here, and then it's kind of settled in. You can kind of see underneath the bricks for the smoke, or for the fire pit. I mean, there's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches of dirt that has washed down and out. And you can kind of see there's just a little wall of dirt right underneath there, where the water's hitting there and then washing down, but not washing the dirt out from underneath it. So it almost looks like bricks made out of dirt on the bottom. But anyway, so yeah, got that done. I'm going to just tarp that off. I have no idea when I'm going to get around to that. I don't really feel like pouring another 3,000 pounds of concrete to make a walkway right now. So I'm just going to throw all the tarps I have on it, and hopefully it doesn't get wet. And will last, I don't know, like probably be a month before I get around to messing with that. I'm just so tired of concrete at this point. Problem is that's not just a mix it and pour it. That's a mix it, put it in a mold. Kind of, you got to make it a little thicker, put it in the mold, then you have to pull it off, pull the mold off, move the mold. So that's going to take a lot longer. It's going to be a lot slower process, I think. So, plan is I have to work Saturday, like all day Saturday. So I probably won't be able to do any framing on Saturday, but I would like to, at the very latest, start framing Sunday, which means today's Tuesday. I need to try and go pick up some lumber within the next 2 days, 2 or 3 days, because I'd like to have all the lumber here for the first stage. So basically the lower walls in the ceiling. I want to get all that framing done. I'm not going to buy the wood for the roof, for the rafters and stuff yet. I'm just going to get all these walls built first. And then once I get the walls built, then I'll worry about going back and getting the rafters. Because I just don't want to buy all that wood and have so much wood setting outside for so long. Wood's stupid expensive right now. And I mean, like, had I built this like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it'd probably be about half the cost of what it's going to be now. But So I just don't want all that wood sitting outside. So kind of buy, like a few days worth of work at a time. I still got a mess back here to clean up, but it's better than what it was. Because I had to work Saturday, I can't go to the dump to take all this. They're closed Sunday, so that will have to be next weekend. Yeah, so that's the plan. Y'all have a good day, good night, whatever it is.